What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. What's up, in town? What's up, Terry? What's up, Daniel? What's up, GG? I'm good, and you? What's up, Ty? What's up, Bobby? What's up, Annabelle? What's up, Dorothy? What's up, third son? Yeah, come on in. What's up, Ava? We'll give him another minute, y'all. We'll get started. We'll get started. What's up, Bucci? What's up, Roxana? What's up, Oriaka? Hey, well, you the only one that says my name right. Oh, yeah? Damn. Messed up there. What's up, RJ? What's up, Tashani? Alright, y'all. Let us begin. Let's go and get started here. They'll come in when they come in. What's up, Blake? They'll come in when they come in. Let's get it. Let's start it off by raising the frequency. Here we go.
First entry, Psychology 101. Dysfunctional. Yeah, don't you bring me nothing stupid. If you don't want me to lose it, step back. If you don't want me to attack, I'm a beast, better give me the deuces. I have no tolerance for nonsense. Get away from me. You wanna get dollars, don't wanna holler, but you making me. All of the dysfunctional, you the problem, please don't awaken me. And I'm that weak, cause back in the day, most have forsaken me. Party, I'm at the party. On a drunk night with a punk night. I'm trying to pick a fight because he's sorry. That he ain't got it like I because he's sloppy, not me, costly, rocks me spot free. But he don't know I'm roguish, surrounded by my soldiers. And they be locked and loaded, when exploded, you can't hold us. And we don't got no scruples, we can come to fight and shoot you. Busters better be neutral, don't get loose because we can coach you. Listen, they call me genius, I run the show. Women be on my penis, it's wonderful. Demons think they the meanest, but I run the floor, on the floor. A little bit sick, don't you know? I'm a little dysfunctional, don't you know? You can push me and make me mad, get a little emotional, don't you know? You can fool around and make me mad. I'm a little dysfunctional, don't you know? You can push me and make me mad, get a little emotional, don't you know? Like fool around and make me mad, don't make me mad. When I hustle, I'm a product of environment. The game can change, so I've been forced to retirement. But I make moves and I pay dues and I got common sense. Since I can't lose and I can't choose and I come back to spit. I got hit songs, but I've been gone so long that I don't fit. Knew that the throne, but can't get on, so I give me a lick. I write these songs, but don't belong, I'm on some other shit. I'm underweight and desperate need, I hope it's coming quick. I rack my brain to find the line that's gonna bring me some change. But it's so strange, my life has changed and I am not the same. I come around, but since I'm down, it feels uncomfortable. I try to hide it deep inside, but I'm dysfunctional. I never learned to hold it in, I get emotional. First implode and then explode, I am combustible. So please don't push me, play me pussy on some real shit. Won't be defeated if I'm heated, nigga, oh shit. Don't you know? You can push me and make me mad, get a little emotional, don't you know? You can fool around and make me mad, I'm a little dysfunctional, don't you know? You can push me and make me mad, get a little emotional, don't you know? Like fool around and make me mad, make me mad. I am killer, but don't push me. Could be quiet, boy, never been no pussy. Could be carrying something up under my hoodie. Cause we never snap and kill up all of y'all over me. Now I wanna be peaceful, but I carry desert eagles where never black people are. You know how black people are, I peep them out. Try to stay even down. Wanna preach to them, but the evil keep on seeping out. Emotions get the best of me. Messed up and then y'all get the rest of me. Depressed and stressful like my destiny. I know y'all think less of me, cause I'm always sick and I can't let it be. Pharmaceuticals be the best recipe. It's gonna be the death of me. I need Depakote just to go. That's why I keep throwing them pills down my throat. Dysfunctional, what to do? Smoking Bombay can give me punch way, but I was that it all would go away. Or maybe I should pray for Jesus Christ and just pretzel me. Try to pray for change, but sometimes it feel like he lets it be. So I just take another couple doses, probably be fine. But if you get too close, you'll find out that I'm a little dysfunctional, don't you know? You can push me and make me mad, get a little emotional, don't you know? You can fool around and make me mad, I'm a little dysfunctional, don't you know? You can push me and make me mad, get a little emotional, don't you know? Like fool around and make me mad, don't make me mad. Strange music.
So there y'all go. Let's take 9. Dysfunctional. So now, let us get into it. So, what we dealing with here today. This lecture is titled Gotham's Asylum. So now, what is an asylum? It is a madhouse created for those with an extreme mental illness. So what do we mean by that? It means that, in our world, we had these places, they call them psych wards now. But in the old world, that was even older than the world we just got out of, they had these madhouses set up all around the world where they would lock up those who were so-called had mental illnesses that couldn't be controlled. Their personalities couldn't be controlled, and they deemed them too dangerous to be left in society. What's up, Rupert? What's up, dawg? They deemed them too dangerous to be left in society, right? So now, where does the word asylum come from? It comes from the Greek osulos, which means inviable or incapable of sustaining its own life, or lacks the ability to survive on its own, right? Also means refuge for the criminally insane. You see what I'm saying? For the criminally insane. So that's what it means. So now, what we see it now, since we've been awoken for some time now, when you first wake up, you realize you're in a prison system. But as you get deeper and dig deeper and go further into what the fuck is really going on down here, you realize you're in a fucking asylum. You're in a madhouse. Energetic, magical madhouse. You see what I'm saying? We thought we was in Azkaban when really we in Arkham Asylum around this bitch. We in Arkham Asylum around this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? The world we live in is an asylum. Yes. Is it? Yes. They treat us like we are crazy, so-called conspiracies, when we begin to question the status quo or the matrix. So now, with that being said, you know, using the term Arkham Asylum because y'all know they're very popular in the Batman TV series. That's where he locked up everybody who was too crazy for the world to deal with, right? But in actuality, this is not so far from the truth of what's really going on in the world. You see what I'm saying? In the world. Those who realize who they truly are and goes on to do something about it actually gets locked up. Just like everybody else. See, we thought that we living next door to Jim and Bob and everybody, but you actually living next door to the Joker, the Riddler, the Two-Face. You see what I'm saying? Penguin around this motherfucker. Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn. You know, you living next door to them motherfuckers. That's why you can walk down the street and right in front of you a motherfucker will break down and lose his goddamn mind or her goddamn mind. What's up, Alexis? Cause you in a interplanetary galactic madhouse. You see what I'm saying? An interplanetary galactic madhouse. We thought we was just inmates in prison originally, but in actuality, we are actually their patients, who they are doing all type of fuck shit to. You see what I'm saying? We are they mental patients. They dub us criminally insane. You know, criminally insane. You know, so yeah. So the world's a giant asylum ruled by madmen and women who seek to keep us star children locked down, which is true. They seek to keep us locked down. Why? Because when you wake up and realize you're in a madhouse, just like the Joker, just like the Riddler, just like Two-Face and Harley Quinn and everybody, you want to do something about it. You want to rebel against the system, naturally. It's a natural process that when you wake up, you pissed. You know, the truth will piss you off before it sets you free. So now, you rage against the machine. You see what I'm saying? You rage against the machine, which is the Matrix. You know, the Matrix. So this is what you got going on here. So that's what you're seeing in the world. You see a lot of motherfuckers wake up, they call them conspiracy theories. They label us occultists and wizards and cultists, regular cultists, whatever they label us to keep the rest of society from fucking with us. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Kalima? So yeah, to keep the rest of society from fucking with us, right? This is what you seeing here. This is what you seeing. So what they gotta do? They gotta usher in. They gotta call on they what? Super soldiers. That be they RoboCops. They arcanic militaries and everything to come in and shut down those who are disrupting the establishment, which is actually causing glitches in the Matrix. You see what I'm saying? It's distorting the binary codes of the Matrix. That's what you see in here. That's what you're seeing. So they use the RoboCops for in-house, and they use the military for out-house. See what I'm saying? The military go and start wars outside of their fucking current countries, and goddamn the policemen wage urban warfare within the countries. So both sides are covered. You see what I'm saying? Both sides are covered. What's up, Anna? So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on. So us who are the star children who have woken up, who is not even from this part of the galaxy, we came down here into this, we incarnated down here into this madhouse to free as many souls, or help as many souls free themselves, shall I say, to be precise. Help as many souls free themselves before the fucking madhouse gets destroyed. You see what I'm saying? Some shape, form, or fashion. You know, some shape, form, or fashion is going to get wiped out. You know, a madhouse can only survive so long off those extra low frequencies, those ELF waves. This is what you're seeing. This is what you're seeing. You're seeing a lot of motherfuckers. This is a mandate. This is a mandate here. Where this is a sequel to Schools Out, Soul Edge, World Ghetto, and World Ghetto. They was all their own specific images. This is another one. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna call this series eventually. I think I'm just gonna call it the Schools Out series, since that was the first lecture. And so what you got going on here is it's a lot of motherfuckers who've been ruling the planet, and so-called people who've been going crazy. In actuality, they were chosen ones of the past era, but they didn't have the information. So their own psychic gifts, their own supernatural abilities imploded inside of them. When you don't fuck with your own abilities or your own natural self, what it does? It turns against you. It becomes your own mortal enemy. But to the rest of the world, it presents itself as a what? It manifests as a what? Mental illness. But it's just your thought forms and everything attacking you, your shadow selves attacking you because you refuse to acknowledge them. You see what I'm saying? That's all it's ever been. What's up, Sydney? What's up, Warren? That's all it's ever been. So that's what you're seeing. So it's been motherfuckers coming in and out of this society, incarnating down here since at least the end of the Civil War. And everything before the Civil War, the antebellum period and on back was even way more fucked up than this. You see what I'm saying? You think the world look bad now. We just realizing how bad it is. But imagine what they was doing in the old times while everybody was asleep. Imagine the fuckery that they was getting into then. You see what I'm saying? See, the reason why they kind of cleaned everything up, because they knew we was coming. You see what I'm saying? They cleaned everything up because they knew we was coming. They didn't give a fuck about you having technology and internet and World Wide Web, none of that shit. They gave you those things to keep because they knew that they couldn't stop the awakening. So they gave you something to distract you or to, appease the chosen ones. But so even when they did wake up, they wouldn't be so harsh on them. You see what I'm saying? They wouldn't be so harsh on them. But it's still these motherfuckers is two-faced. You see what I'm saying? They playing both sides of the field. And on one side of the field, they teaching you that this shit fucked up, and on the other side of the field is not what it appear to be. They showing you that they ain't shit. You see what I'm saying? They attacking you from the other side. So they paying one side to fuck you up, but they offer you aid on the other side. You see how they do this? So they want to be your saviors and your destroyers. They want to be your God and your devil. See what I'm saying? The same God that's trying to save you is the same God that's trying to destroy you in this sense. You see what I'm saying? What's what you mean? So that's what you seeing here. That's what you seeing. So you in the madhouse. Let me show you some examples here. So let's get into it. Let's see here. Journey into the madhouse. Check this out. I have watched patients stand and gaze longing toward the city they in all likelihood will never enter again. It means liberty and life. It seems so near and yet heaven is not further from hell. July 1887.
Throughout the 1800s, the mentally ill population was alienated from the rest of society. This segregation was cruelly displayed in many institutions for the mentally ill. They were placed into asylums on separate islands miles away from society. For example, Blackwell's Island in New York. But these institutions conditions were an improvement. Dorothea Dix, a school teacher, visited a jail in 1841 and realized that many innocent people with a mental illness were being put into jail cells with criminals. The poor conditions of the jail, along with abuse from other inmates, further degraded the condition of many mentally ill people's symptoms. For the rest of her life, Dorothea Dix wrote and advocated for the construction of mental institutions. She directly helped build 30 institutions for the mentally ill. Only a few months after her death, in July 1887, Elizabeth Cochran, commonly referred to by her pen name Nellie Pie, continued to advocate for the mentally ill. Nellie Pie risked her life and sanity to take a stand against the poor treatment of the mentally ill people by exposing the brutal reality of Blackwell's Island Insane Asylum. Pie was assigned by the New York World to get herself admitted into a sane asylum and write an article about the treatment of patients. She arrived as Nellie Brown at the temporary home for females in New York on September 18, 1887. Her goal was to be considered insane and be admitted into Blackwell's Island Insane Asylum. She began saying random things throughout the night, maintaining her persona as an insane woman. The next morning, the police was called to take Bly. She was brought before the police chief and judge. Bly refused to talk, and the judge sent her to Bellevue Hospital. The first doctor Bly saw at Bellevue asked her about where she came from, to which she denied any memory of. The second doctor asked her if she saw faces on the wall, heard voices, and what the voices said. She told the doctors that she does not hear voices, but she doesn't listen to them. The third and final doctor asked her to stretch her arms and move her fingers. These were standard procedures in testing the sanity of patients. Nellie Pie said, "I found no correlation between these tests and a person's sanity and could determine a perfectly normal person to be insane. From the moment I entered the insane ward on the island, I made no attempt to keep up the assumed role of insanity." The rooms had barred windows that stood 5 feet above the ground. One doctor told her that there were more than 300 women in the building Bly was in, and nearly 1,600 total in the institution. The same doctor said to Bly, "Every door is locked separately and the windows are heavily barred, so that escape is impossible. Should the building burn, the jailers or nurses would never think of releasing their crazy patients. Not a dozen women could escape. All
Did you
would
hear
be
that?
left to rest."
They said the building burned. The doctors will not even release the patient. They'll let the motherfuckers burn with it. Huh? Sound familiar? Let this relate to the situation you in right now.
The food barely qualified. Throughout the day, they were given a cup of unsalted beef tea, a bit of cold meat and a potato, a cup of oatmeal gruel, and a cup of tea and a slice of unbuttered bread. At dinner, the woman would fight over the food, stealing other people's only food. After having her bread stolen, another patient offered Nellie's hers. But it was so horrible she couldn't swallow it. The other patient told her that she must eat or she will go crazy. At one of the dinners, she found a spider living in her bread. When Bly asked a nurse for something of substance, the nurse snapped, "You're in a public institution."
She said that the bread had spiders in it. That means the bread was so old that the spiders took up residence in that motherfucker. Damn. What's up, Joanna? Damn. You know how crazy it is to be in that motherfucker? They give you bread and spiders crawl out that bitch. That means they've made a home in the bread. You know how long the bread had to have been there for them to make a home in it? So, yeah. So let's continue here. Let's see where this is going.
And you can't expect to get anything. This is charity, and you should be thankful for what you get. There was a motto written on the wall in the pavilion that read, "While I live, I hope." Bly thought this was ridiculous and said, "I would have liked to put above the gates that open to the asylum, 'He who enters here leaveth hope behind.'" A tub was filled with ice-cold water, and all of the women were stripped and bathed in the same water, with the same soap, with the same washcloth. One patient recalled, "Suddenly, I got..."
So, they wash the same women in the same tub. Now, one person can dirty up water by themselves. She said it was 1,600 people there. So, you mean tell me they wash 1,600 motherfuckers in the same tub? That's what you're dealing with. Let's continue.
One after the other, 3 buckets of water over my head. Ice-cold water, too. Into my eyes, my ears, my nose, and my mouth. A
think I experienced some of the sensations of a drowning person as they dragged me gasping, shivering, and quaking from the tub.
The hair of 45 women was combed with 6 combs by 2 nurses and 1 patient. Still soaking wet, the patients were thrown into plain robes with BIH6, which stood for Blackwell's Island Hall 6. Another patient said,
"All night long I listened to a woman cry about the cold and beg for God to let her die."
Bly also wrote,
"It is not the attendants who keep the institution so nice for the poor patients, but the patients who do it all themselves, even to cleaning the nurses' bedrooms and caring for their clothing."
The nurse's treatment of patient was on the verge of torture. One patient recalled,
"Then they tied my hands and feet and throwing a sheet over my head, twisted it tightly around my throat so I could not scream, and thus put me in a bathtub filled with cold water. They held me under until I gave up every hope and became senseless."
Bly's publication of her experience at Blackwell's Island included many other gruesome descriptions of nurses. In many ways, Bly's description made the nurses seem like villains, impossible victims of a one-sided story.
No. They were villains, goddammit. They were villains. If they was doing all that shit there. Shit. You a villain. If you bathe the motherfucker in the same water, give them bread with spiders in it, your ass a villain. That was abnormal. You see what I'm saying? So let's continue here.
I think she probably experienced what she said she experienced, any doubt about it. And I can imagine working in a place like that and make you pretty grumpy. You know, if you don't have anything but dirty towels, that's what you have. So, and they certainly weren't in a position to change anything because they were women and they were not in charge.
After leaving Blackwell's, Bly went on to write multiple articles in a book exposing the horrors of the asylum. In total, she wrote 3 articles and books about her experience in the madhouse. Other newspapers wrote another article covering her journey. The articles Behind Asylum Bars and Inside a Madhouse, written by Nellie Pie, were first published in the New York World. Another New York newspaper called the New York Sun published an article on October 14, 1887, claiming that Nellie Pie's articles were exaggerated and mainly false. Nellie Pie quickly published an article targeted at the New York Sun titled "The Untruths in Every Lie," and swore by her truthful account of the experience at Blackwell's Island.
I have always been particular in stating only facts and all my work, but I have never confided myself so closely to this rule as in my story Behind Asylum Bars.
The documentation of Nellie Pie's article had a direct impact on the conditions of Blackwell's Island Insane Asylum. After the institution realized they were going to be receiving some outside attention, they dramatically cleaned up the boat that transported the patients, the kitchen, and the rooms the patients stayed in. The truly insane patients were hidden away and many were released. Miss Ann Neville was a patient in an asylum and said,
"When Miss Brown and I were brought here, the nurses were cruel and the food was..."
So let me get this straight. Motherfuckers, they could have released long ago. They locked up in that bitch. Forever. Yeah. That sound about right. Let's go back about 15 seconds. Let's continue here. What's up, Anu?
After the institution realized they were going to be receiving some outside attention, they dramatically cleaned up the boat that transported the patients, the kitchen, and the rooms the patients stayed in. The truly insane patients were hidden away and many were released. Miss Ann Neville was a patient in the asylum and said,
"When Miss Brown and I were brought here, the nurses were cruel and the food was too bad to eat. We did not have enough clothing and Miss Brown asked for more all the time. Strange to say, ever since Miss Brown has been taken away, everything is different. The nurses are very kind and we are given plenty to wear. The doctors come to see us often and the food is greatly improved."
Her article also made the New York grand jury conduct an investigation at Blackwell's Island. Bly accompanied the grand jury during their investigation and realized even with the improved condition, the asylum was still unfit. They said the nurses and doctors needed more training and overall the asylum needed more funding. Finally, the grand jury approved an additional funding for the asylum. Nellie Pie released the book 10 Days in a Madhouse. From the new government funding, revenue from the book, and donations...
Damn, she was on there for 10 days and she experienced all that? Damn.
From other people and organizations, Nellie Pie raised around $1 million, which is around $17 million today. This money went to help improve the conditions of the mentally ill.
So he just told you $1 million back then is $10 million. It's about $7 million a day.
Revenue from the book and donations from other people and organizations, Nellie Pie raised around $1 million, which is around $17 million today. This money...
So let me get this straight. Money back then, $1 million back then, is worth $17 million today. Think about that. Think about the deflation of your finances as well. So yeah, just let you know that because remember in the late 1800s, money was still backed by gold and silver. So remember that.
Went to help improve the conditions of the mentally ill. By nationally publicizing her book, Nellie Pie affected more than just Black Girls Island and other insane asylums in New York. Pie showed the country and the world the terrible conditions that were supposed to treat mentally ill people. The thousands who read Pie's books and articles were able to see how she personalized the people within Black Girls Island Insane Asylum.
It's a consistent theme of her life that she always was looking for social justice for people or social welfare. These are things that were big values of hers.
The public was able to connect with the mentally ill, and they saw how easily they, in their full sanity, could be trapped on Black Girls Island. This was Nellie Pie's biggest impact. Mentally ill people were not disgraces and nuisances of society that needed to be locked up in a box. They are people who need help and treatment. So when they are ready and their doctors declare it so, they can rejoin society as equals.
There you go. So she's a blue child who came here to show them what it was. So that's what the madhouse is. Now y'all understand what we mean by a fucking loony bean. You see what I'm saying? You living in a interplanetary loony bean. Cause society ain't much better. And it's fucked up as that, but it ain't far away either. You know what I'm saying? It ain't far away. We about one big collapse away from being in the same situation as them. Truth be told. So yeah. And even then, they poison the society with vaccines and everything. You know, just as many people are dying from the vaccines as they are from the COVID. So it's warfare on all fronts. You see what I'm saying? Biologically, chemically, you name it. So this is what you got going on here. They trying to take out as many motherfuckers before the prophesied time of this destruction of this society as possible. You're gonna see more and more. You're gonna see society get worse and worse. Another thing you've been seeing is the harp. You know, the harp. The harp has been in full effect the past 2 weeks now, 3 weeks now. Why? They are trying to cover up the plasma energy that we've been telling you about for the past 2 or 3 weeks. They're trying to freeze the U.S. because we're the ones out of everybody they don't want to get that energy. See what I'm saying? Because like I said in my Judas and the Black Messiah lecture, the Red Nation or the children of the root, which is us, everybody living in North America or Turtle Island right now, are the ones who are the prophesied leaders of the magical resistance at this time. So they don't give a fuck about the rest of the world. They only care about our asses right now. They only care about us. That's everybody from Mexico up to Canada. See what I'm saying? Now, South America is the sacral chakra. You know, they vibrate on the sacral chakra right now. So they in the orange ray frequency. But everybody in the root frequency, that's everybody from the, like I said, from Mexico on up to Canada, cause they say it's snowing in Mexico. You know good goddamn well Mexico is close to the equator. So I mean real close to the equator. So what the fuck? If they're not on the equator, if I'm not mistaken, what the fuck is it doing snowing in Mexico? HARP. You see what I'm saying? HARP is doing this shit here. So yeah, it's the plasma energy that they're trying to keep us from. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying their best to make it cold so they can freeze your melanin. They showed you MFKZ on Netflix. Go watch the cartoon MFKZ. It's a cartoon movie. Well, cuz I think his name was Angelo, black man, he was awake. His melanin was awakening, and what they had to do to freeze, shut down the building, they had to freeze it. They had to freeze it. And that's somebody really freeze it. You know, everything like 17 degrees on down, 21 degrees on down. You see what I'm saying? the reptilians love this kind of weather. There you go. The reptilians love this kind of weather, Jermaine. There you go. They love this kind of weather. This day weather. See, they come from cold planets. They don't come from hot planets. So they came over here fucking shit up. And now the planet and the universe is turning against them. So their last ditch efforts is to create machines to literally block everybody from this plasma energy, which is ours. They don't even belong on the planet. How dare they have the audacity to stop energies that's natural to our planet or supernatural to our planet, and they not even from here? Take your ass home then if you can't stand the heat. You see what I'm saying? If you can't take the heat, take your ass home. She will be wiped out by it, so they trying their best. They can only freeze mainly the eastern hemisphere. They know the western hemisphere is a lost cause. You know, most of the western, the eastern part of the country. The western part of the country is pretty much a lost cause because it's deserts and canyons, and the heat so strong that, Las Vegas get up to 130 degrees. So they know they can't do shit there for real. You see what I'm saying? This is what you got going on here. They know they can't do nothing on the eastern hemisphere. But the on the western hemisphere. Why I keep saying the western hemisphere? The western part of the country. They know they can't do that on the western part of the country. So they freeze the eastern part of the country. You know, they try to keep us frozen. Because they do not want you tapping into this plasma. Because in Africa and everywhere, you can actually see the plasma on their cameras. So they trying to keep you from getting that plasma. And they do this by freezing your melanin. You see what I'm saying? When they freeze the melanin, then the melanin is too cold to receive all the intelligence that the plasma has to offer. That's what they're trying to do. They still receive it to a certain degree, but not as to the degree as it would be if they weren't trying to freeze you. It's actually supposed to be hot all year round at this point. You see what I'm saying? It's supposed to be hot or at least warm. It's not supposed to get no lower than 69 degrees at this point. I said 70. I said 70 at this point. So they are trying their best to keep this energy from you. And notice, peak game. And during the summertime, all they do is make it rain now. Y'all know it do not rain like that in the summer months. That's June, July, August. All they do is make it rain during the motherfucking summer to keep it to a cool 70 to 80 degrees. They do not want ridiculous, they do not want the ridiculous numbers of 90, 100, 110 hitting the country because they can't take their heat. You see, they can't take their heat. So this is what you got going on. Shit. And then a lot of people say, why are they attacking Texas so hard? Y'all know Texas, and there's a lot of other states they're going to attack too. Everybody who's threatening to secede from the Union or to secede from the Cabal's program, all those states they're going to attack with weather modification. Y'all know it does not snow in Houston. Houston down there. Houston is Houston by the desert. Am I right? Is in Texas? Texas, I know northern Texas is mostly a desert or a desert plain. You know, it got some grassland, but it's real hot. It's close to the desert. You know, so Houston is no different. This is what you got going on here. What's up, Sheila? So they are attacking these states because they're threatening to secede from the Union. Why are they threatening to secede from the Union? Because, as you well know, Trump and the Arterians are creating their own Republic of America. And it's going to be set up in Florida. Now, I guarantee you this, you know, Florida been hit with fucking hurricanes for as long as we can remember, right? I bet y'all asses once fucking Trump gets set up down there, the hurricane's gonna disappear. So then you know that they was just attacking motherfuckers just to be attacking motherfuckers. P gang here. They was using weather modification heart machine. They telling y'all it's them old Negroes, old Negro rage. Now, nigga, it's heart. Yeah, it's heart. I guarantee you that shit. Watch what I tell you. When Trump gets set up, starting in March, in April, when he gets set up in Florida, and he gets sworn in as the 19th president of the old American Republic, I guarantee y'all, he will He will shut this shit down. I mean, there will be no more hurricanes in Florida. Watch, see what I tell you. Watch, see what I tell you. And when he gets set up in Florida, Texas has threatened to secede from the Union. Oregon and a few others have threatened to secede from the Union. So look at these states that have already said that they have threatened to secede from California. California all of a sudden got clinics, vaccine clinics everywhere in California. But they're threatening to secede from the Union too. So peep game here. See, this is why I tell y'all, their agendas, I don't give a damn if it's the Arturian government or the old American Republic ran by the Christian Gnostics, Christian Gnostic Templars, Knight Templars, or the Cabal. Those are the white hats, the white states they call themselves, or the Cabal, black hats, or the Moors, red hats. I don't give a damn about none of them. Why? Because California is threatening to secede from the Union, but they are setting up vast vaccination clinics, right? Why are they setting up vast vaccination clinics if they seceding from the Union? So they should be adhering to the Cabal's mandates of vaccinating everybody. So this ain't got shit to do with you green hats. Those green hats here. It ain't got nothing to do with the Murrians, the Moonians. See what I'm saying? They governmental factions or they governmental wars ain't got nothing to do with us. That we are the primary targets in this because we have already been the prophesied chosen ones to rise back up and take the to produce this new earth. You see what I'm saying? This new earth. We are the ones shifting the planet to higher dimensional frequencies. So this is what happened here. Peak game here. So look at what happened. It's a 4-way war. I keep telling y'all. And everybody on the talk telling y'all it's a 2-way war between the black hats and white hats. No, it's a 4-way war between the red-hatted Moors, the white-hatted Christian Gnostic Templars, the black-hatted Cabal, and the green-hatted Moonians. You see what I'm saying? The green-hatted Moonians or Murrians, the original us. You see what I'm saying? The original people who are actually keeping the ways of the ancestors. The Cabal is some dark cult group who has been running the country since 1871. They're a dark occult group who worship the archons to the highest degree. Now, the QAnon and what they're trying to do is they trying to just create a fucked up ass society. They trying to do what they telling you in Revelation. They trying to legalize fucking kids. They trying to walk up in your house and if they want to fuck your 12-year-old, they can do it. If they want to goddamn do all the debauchery and all the bullshit they want to do, that they can do it legally. They trying to legalize all of that now. You see what I'm saying? So, and they ran mainly by insectilians, reptilians, and archons. You see what I'm saying? Those are the main three in that. That's the big triangle in that group, right? The specific group of reptilians, white drakes and gray drakes. See what I'm saying? They have so that's what you got going on in that group. In the Republic of America that's being produced by these QAnon niggas and the MAGA movement and all that. They ran by Arturians, tall whites, Pleiadians, and various other groups. Cause why are they going to war with the reptilians? Because the shit that they doing is sick to them. You see what I'm saying? The shit that the Cabal is doing is sick to the QAnon people, the H-Chun and all them, and the Arturian government. They at war in the cosmos, so of course they at war down here as well. Then you got the Moors. Them. Now the Moors are Saturnians. They are Titans as well. They are Titanians. My bad, Titanians. And various other separatist black groups. Also, but they collectively call themselves the Anarchy. The Anarchy in the text. Anarchy, and they and their group is actually and their group is trying to create another magistrate like they did during Moorish Spain. You see, they try to create a second Moorish Spain. and they trying to create a futuristic more Spain that they did in Alter Carbon. If you want to go see their story, Alter Carbon. If you want to see what the Cabal about to do, go watch Hunger Games. That's basically what they want. Now, the Christian Gnostics, I'm trying to think of a movie for them off the top of my head. Their agenda is they want to bring back old time America. That's how the Republic was from 1776 until from 1607. My bad, the 13 colonies to 1871. Pretty much that era, antebellum. Look at antebellum. Yeah, antebellum is a perfect example of what they want. You see what I'm saying? With Janelle Monáe in there. Antebellum is a perfect idea of what they want, but they want a futuristic version of their society, you know. And it's gonna be a little bit more upbeat than that. You know, add in the Christian Gnostic and the Knight Templar teachings, and you get what was being dealt with them. You see what I'm saying? You get what's being dealt with them for the most part. So yeah, Hunger Games for the Cabal, Alter Carbon for the Moors, Antebellum for the Christian Gnostics. You know, those are the things. See, they releasing their movies to show you what's going on here, to show you pretty much what's happening here. That's why Janelle Monáe didn't get much love for their movie, because she told too much in that movie. She sacrificed herself to tell a lot of what's going on in that particular movie, right? So yeah, that's what's happening here. That's what's happening, and then for us, those are all what you've been seeing for us in the movies. Black Panther, you know, if you want to see our storyline, Black Panther is a perfect example. I'm trying to think of all of them off the top of my head. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank, but there are plenty of movies showing us in the New Earth. But I like Black Panther the most because it actually shows us as a society, organized society, doing what we do best. So Black Panther, let's let Black Panther be the chosen movie for us. You see what I'm saying? And Black Panther is actually a real energy, because that's actually, that comes from over here. Wakanda is the great spirit of the Omaha tribe in Nebraska. The JoJo is actually the mighty Black Panther spirit in the Iroquois, God of the West Wind, in the Iroquois teachings. You know, so yeah, so that's a real energy. That's a real energy. You usually have both Lady Panthers and male Panthers, and there's been the Order of Jaguar, all up and down the Americas, just like there's an order. It's called the Order of the Leopard in Africa. But the Order of the Jaguar has been in existence here for a minute. So this is what you got going on. What's up, Sarah? You know, what's up, Hachi? So yeah, this is what you got happening here. This is what you really in. This is what you really in. So Black Panther for us, because they said that Black Panther wasn't supposed to be released. Did y'all know that? They didn't want Black Panther to be released, but they had to release it to further the Marvel Universe. So but it wasn't supposed to be that good. How about that? It wasn't supposed to be that good. You know, it wasn't supposed to be a movie where you root for both the hero and the villain. You see what I'm saying? Because they was both Killmonger was showing you the struggle it takes to live, to make it in America and the rest of the world, and you finally make it to our true society, and T'Challa show you what happens when you're born into a society that's already for you. See, and so those are the two energies there. You know, those are two energies. And Wakanda, so Wakanda is fifth dimensional America. You see what I'm saying? What it's supposed to look like. If it's when we're in charge, doing what we're supposed to be doing, vibrating high. Literally, they call the vibration in the movie vibranium. You see what I'm saying? It's a mystical technology that allows you to do amazing things and advance technology to its highest heights. Then they had the magical side of it, you know, the priesthood. And they only showing you bits. They're not even showing you like magic. Like they're not even showing you what they really doing in the comics, where T'Challa gets his magic. You see what I'm saying? Because they discontinued Black Panther. Them white boys said, "Who the fuck released Black Panther? And who released it and let it be that good?" You see what I'm saying? But from what they said, Marvel ain't working for the Cabal or the Christian Gnostics. They found out Marvel was working for the Moonians, the old Mu Empire, the Anunnaki. See what I'm saying? So the Anunnaki, that's who they was working for. That's why Luke Cage was so good, because Luke Cage opened up the vortex. That's why Black Panther was so good. You see what I'm saying? So this you got going on. But everybody got their thing. You seeing lines being drawn in the sand, you seeing shit pop off. So let's continue here. Who are these madmen? They are collectively known as the Cabal. Who are, what are these madmen? Like, what are they? They appear to look human, mainly pale humans, but in actuality, they are archons, werewolves, ghouls, goblins, insectoids, reptilians, clones, droids, and all other manner of weirdo creatures or weirdo motherfuckers walking around this bitch. And they are pretty much the slave masters, the overseers of what's going on down here. See what I'm saying? What is their agenda? Their agenda is to create a planetary restaurant so they could continue to feed off of its inhabitants. Like we've said this before. That's the Cabal's agenda also. They want to create a planetary restaurant so they continue to feed off your energy. Especially your emotional energy. That's the best energy there is. And, that's why they don't want to lose this planet. Earthlings have the most powerful emotional body and probably on this side of the galaxy. I say that much. On this side of the galaxy. We have the most powerful emotional body there is right now. Because our emotional energy is so fucking strong. You know, our heart chakra is so strong. Our toroidal heart field is about 3 to 5 inches, maybe 10 inches higher. And we're 3 to 5 inches to 10 inches higher than the average being in the cosmos due to our advanced heart center. You see, it's our heart souls. So yeah. That's why they do not want to lose, or they fight so hard to keep this planet, because they want to continue to feed off their emotional energy. One meal from one human is worth 10,000 other beings in the galaxy. P game. One meal from one earthling is worth 10,000 other beings in the galaxy because of all the emotional energy they suck out of your toroidal heart field. P game here. P game. So now, why is it a madhouse? Because they lock up anyone who is deemed a threat to their system, or kill them. They'll kill their ass too. And what furthermore makes it a madhouse? They eat kids, rape, pillage, plunder, murder, betray, deceive, and distort to the best of their abilities, so that they can stay in power and continue doing what the fuck they are doing. You see what I'm saying? Continue doing what the fuck they are doing. So yes. What's worse, they project their lunacy onto the rest of society because they want you to be as mentally dysfunctional as possible, or even close to being as mentally dysfunctional and emotionally dysfunctional as them. You see what I'm saying? Now you're starting to see what's going on here. What are some why do they feed on us? Because they have no soul. They have no divine spark, no soul spark inside of them to keep their energy going. You see what I'm saying? I talked about gold member yesterday. What are they scared of? They're scared of the planet heating up with minus 22. It's Austin Powers gold member. See what I'm saying? They introduced Beyonc, her only good role in the movie. Because I think that was the only time she was actually herself. The rest of the versions of her was a clone. See what I'm saying? When she started losing weight and shit, I think that's when we started seeing clones of her. See what I'm saying? For Dream Girls. But her as Foxy Cleopatra was the only real movie was she herself was actually in. That's why when you go watch that movie and you look at her, she actually feels like her. But go watch Dream Girls and all that other shit that she was in, it don't feel like her. Because I think they started replacing her after that movie. See what I'm saying? They replaced her after that movie. So yeah. The only time they let her free to do whatever the fuck she wanted to do again was when she made Lemonade. You know, and then they locked her ass back down, they locked her ass back up one more time. So they may have killed her off after Lemonade. So this is what you got going on here. So let's see here. What are some of the ways they do this in the Matrix? They have a defense system, Matrix defense system, set up to instigate scenarios of pain, suffering, misery, and hardship which creates trauma and blockages in the heart, spirit, and most importantly, the mind. So that's how they are feeding off you. They have created many different scenarios down here on your path through hacking your timeline. They have archonic, what they call handlers, or if they can't possess you, they'll possess everybody else around you. And what it's designed to do is they are designed to create and cause havoc in your reality. This havoc instigates emotional responses or reactivity. This energy then, once it's instigated, will then create this emotional response inside of you, mainly causing misery, pain, but although they will feed off love and happiness and joy too, don't get it twisted. But they prefer feel misery, pain, suffering, and trauma the most, because trauma is the most powerful of all of the emotional responses. So they want this to create this trauma so that they can feed off the trauma and not only cause you misery, but they get a meal out of you as well. So it's a two-way lane. You see what I'm saying? It's a two-way fucking lane. This is what's happening here. This is what's happening down here. See that? So in the great words, what they told you in the anime Soul Eater, I'm going to take a script from them plus my own. See, a sound mind is a sound soul, but a broken mind is a broken soul. You read that again. A sound mind is a sound soul, but a broken mind is a broken soul. So that's what's going on here. That's what's going on. That is what you are seeing down here in this 3D hellhole. You see what I'm saying? Of reality we are living in. So, like they showed you in, go watch the movie Gotham. Now, there's some art of war in there. They made the black man the enemy. You know, it's part of their gender war campaign to keep the melanated woman and the melanated man apart. So what they had to do, they had the melanated man, the more, be the main head leader of the dysfunction, which is actually on something that was true. And then they had the melanated woman, who was a star seed, married to the Moor, who didn't know the fuckery that the Moor was doing, and so she started to find out. But how did she find out? They had Halle Berry go crazy in the movie. So she was on the other side, on the regular side, the doctor side of the equation, and the girls, how you gonna understand me unless you crazy, or what they deem is crazy, unless you on the other side of the equation. So to understand where all girls coming from, they had to do what? She had to do what? She had to experience some shit went down in the movie. I ain't gonna spoil it too much, but the shit that went down in the movie had her go crazy. She got possessed. She killed the Moor. Why? Because the Moor was torturing motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? They was torturing motherfuckers in the underground cabinet up under a farm. Sound familiar? They take you on the ground, they torture the shit out of you into some underground facility, and they torture the shit out of you. And after they done with you, they kill you and throw you away. You see what I'm saying? So, and you become what? A tortured soul. A tortured soul. Or disembodied spirit if you didn't have a soul. One of the two. But they prefer motherfuckers with soul because they look at anybody with a soul as the enemy. You see what I'm saying? The enemy. So what's going on here? What happens next is the player, she goes crazy because she wakes up, finds out she kills her husband. Now she's in a mental asylum. The mental asylum, of course, is her mind. Now she's deep in her unconscious mind. Because the mental asylum is in your unconscious. The prison is your subconscious, but the mental asylum is your unconscious mind. See what I'm saying? That's the shit. That's the prison below the prison. You see what I'm saying? So now she got to work her way through her unconscious mind. You see what I'm saying? To see what's really going on. Once she understands what's really happening to her, and she understands why she being hunted and shit, she go and deals with the situation and finds out the truth about her husband, the Moor, fucking up these little girls in the movie. But she awakens her sight. You know, she can see now. And she can connect with all kinds of spirits from this point on. They said once the door is open, once the eye is open, it cannot be closed. Which is true. So this you got going on. So you go check out that movie for yourself. I got a little trailer for it here. If you ain't never heard of it. Let's see here.
someone who thinks you're crazy.
You have a brilliant mind. All that education, but you can't remember an umbrella.
Are you okay?
I don't know if y'all can see it. Can y'all see it?
He's dead. You killed him.
Is it okay?
That's the last thing you remember.
There was a girl. This is the girl himself. This is the girl.
It's impossible. She died 4 years ago.
That girl came to me, and she has a very specific agenda.
All right, who is that?
Something's really happening.
Look, I'm upset. You're upset. I'm here to help you, but you have to trust me.
You can't trust somebody when they think you're crazy.
There you go. They think you crazy. I finished her sentence full. So yeah, when they think you crazy, you can. How you gonna trust somebody? You see what I'm saying? So yeah. So let's continue here. Let's continue. Now, who do these motherfuckers work for? That's the $1 million question, ain't it? They work for Yaldabaoth, who is the demiurgic god of control, matter, and lunacy. What does he look like? A lot of people ask me, what does demiurge look like, Marvin? Y'all talk about him so much. What does he look like? I released this picture yesterday. We got an updated picture of what he really looks like, body and all. He does have the head of a lion, but he has the body of a worm, not the body of a serpent. So he looks like this. This is Yaldabaoth. Head of a lion, body of a serpent. Body of a worm. And this is somebody's album cover, by the way, from what it's looking like. I don't know whose album cover. Can't really read that shit they got down there. And pay attention. They got beings on this cover besides him. In bubbles. You know that you trapped in some level of consciousness. Yeah, but that's what Yaldabaoth looks like right there. Y'all ever want to know what it look like? Head of a lion, body of a worm. Everybody asks me, is he real? Hell yeah, he real. Shit. Hell yeah, he real. Shit, when you die, don't worms eat your body? When they bury you? So yeah, how do you know the demiurge is real? We know he real because Cabal has challenged him on multiple occasions, and he has told them how to maintain control of this society. He has also imprinted his consciousness into our technologies and became the ghost in the machine. Right? Cyber Yaldabaoth. Him and his archonic hosts have also done it as well. His binary code is 01110, but he's also an astro intelligence as well. Right, the god of matter. He's embedded in his energetic imprint is embedded in everything in the material universe because he created the material universe. Like I said in the post yesterday, he is the grand architect of the universe. Who's the grand architect of the universe in Masonry? It is not the Gnostic pre-existing one. It is Yaldabaoth, the demiurge. P-gang. But they show you that instead of creating the world with his right hand, that he created the world with his left hand. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on. Now, what is this 3D dimension? It is the mind of Yaldabaoth. We've said this before as well. This demiurge reality is his mind. It is his mind. You are living in the mind of this being. You see what I'm saying? That's why he had so much power for the Piscean age. Because you are living in his mind. You see what I'm saying? In his mind. So what is Yaldabaoth? What is Yaldabaoth's mind like? Obviously, it is the mind of a motherfucking lunatic. You see what I'm saying? It is the mind of a motherfucking lunatic. If you don't believe me, I said this before in my last lecture, but a lot of people said that they distorted a lot of what I said. So I'm going to go over it one more time. So now let's break down this 3D material universe. Breakdown. The sun is an astral light simulator which burns the skin. The moon is a soul trapping machine which traps souls into the cycle of reincarnation. The stars is an astral grid which keeps the dome or firmament where everyone the dome or firmament over everyone to keep them locked down in this simulation, this simulacrum, as they call it. And the constellations are magical sigils or astral locks to keep the firmament in place. And they are all connected to, they are all hardwired to the moon and to the fucking sun. So peep game. So yeah, those energetic imprints that came out of the moon on my the Great Convergence video, y'all seen that beam of energy come out of the moon, that rainbow light. Y'all was actually seeing some of the grid as well. So yeah. What are the planets? The planets are cosmic overseers that hack into your chakra system and manipulate your energy body. So that's what planets are. That's why they fuck you up. You see what I'm saying? That's why Mercury retrograde and shit affects you, because they are all part of the same fucking program in the material universe. Remember, I told you the universe is in your mind. Star Wars is in your mind. You go to sleep to go to war. How about that? That's why you go to sleep. You go to sleep to travel into your real body where you're at war with these motherfuckers. Or you go into meditation to go and to project your consciousness back into your real body where you go to war with these motherfuckers on the astral plane. See what I'm saying? Star Wars is actually happening. But see, what's happening is the physical realm is slowly merging into the astral plane, and so Star Wars is starting to leak more and more into the physical plane. What's up, Laniel? So that's what you have happening here. Society is a social construct designed to keep you blind, deaf, and dumb to what's really going on, or to the reality of the Star Wars that's happening all around you. You see what I'm saying? Your body is also a prison because it was created by this demiurgic entity. See what I'm saying? The god of matter. What is your body made of? Matter. So if you're the god of matter, if you preside over matter, then your body is subject to the energies and frequencies of this false entity, this false god. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you see. That's what you got going on here. You in the asylum and prison. How about that? You in both. When you become fully conscious and you get deep enough into what's really going on, you realize that this is an asylum. But when you first wake up, you get introduced to the prison system. When you continue to dig, that's when you run into the asylum part of this shit. And that's when the dark realization of what's really been going on, it abhors you. You see what I'm saying? The eating of kids and sacrificing and all other crazy shit that they've been doing. In your face. And even recorded to let you see how fucked up they is. Just to show you how fucking bold and courageous these bitch niggas have become. See what I'm saying? The houses and apartments we live in are prison cells. I stated that before. The streets that we drive on are psych ward hallways in which you walk through or drive through. The tunnels are underneath our feet represents the toxic, the toxic energy flow. The toxic energies that flow back into Mother Earth, keeping her sick and unhealthy, aka sewage and toxic waste from factories. See what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. The sewage and toxic waste are getting pumped into most lakes and swamps all around the world. You see what I'm saying? All around the world. So yeah. So this is truly a madhouse. Now, what is a madhouse? A madhouse is a place where they experiment on you to make you go crazy first, then send their robocops after you to lock you up, which is a prison within a prison, but it gets worse if you are mentally ill. Then they lock you up in the psych ward, mental asylum, which is a prison of a prison of a prison. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here. This is a madhouse reality, and we are the patients. If you don't believe me, when you get sick, they give you drugs which with low doses of opium, which is a fucked up, which is a different kind of drug to fuck you up, actually, to slowly get you hooked. And when you take enough drugs, it begins to take effect on your mind, mood, spirit, and physical condition. You see what I'm saying? Causing you to get more dysfunctional. Causing you to get either more dysfunctional, you either become handicapped, or go crazy, or you die. Yep. This is what they do to you. This is what they do to you. So you are these mofo mental health patients, and you go to their plantations every day, which drain you of your health, life force, mental wellness, and emotional stability, and even physical strength. So this is where you at. This is where you at. So this is what's going on here. So this is the rundown. This is the rundown of what you're dealing with here. So number 0, the beast is Yaldabaoth of himself. The beast is Yaldabaoth's mind. You see what I'm saying? It's himself, and it's the mind that you're living in right now. The demiurge is the lunatic, criminally minded. So criminally minded. The archons are his projected madness, or astral angles of light, or astral angles of intelligence. The elites are his corrupt managers. The Moors are the Cabal Jedi, turncoats and tethers. The governments are his trap houses, which issues the drugs or laws. Politicians are his drug lords. Lawmakers, judges are his drug enforcers, law enforcers. Police are his sentinels, like they showed you in the Matrix, artificial white blood cells, which protect the laws and destroy anybody who tries to fucking go against them. Right? The monetary system is the artificial life support of the Matrix, aka red blood cells. Hollywood, which specializes in casting illusions into your subconscious. These illusionary images force you to accept the asylumic dimension that you're living in. The asylumic 3D dimension that you're living in, my bad. Big Pharma are the sedators, medical assassins, keeping you in a sleep state with their toxic drugs. The military are the artificial T cells that's in your immune system that have let's see, the artificial T cells that are assigned to the demiurges, that trap you in the demiurge's unholy army. They told you about the unholy army in the book of Revelations. You see what I'm saying? So this artificial military goes across the planet fucking shit up in the name of Yaldabaoth. In the name of Yaldabaoth, alright? In the name of the demiurge. Peep gang here, peep gang. So yeah, I hope I ain't going too fast here for you. So so those are the T cells in your immune system. Monsanto, they specialize in GMOs, genetically modified organisms, keeping your food in a false toxic fake state, because there is mostly clone food or it's real food that has pesticide and all other type of poisons that's been sprayed on it, which is even worse. Religion, they specialize in keeping your spirit shackled. They call it in Japan, they call it Chihatsusei Renkisho, which in Japanese means ki/chi disorder, which is a condition that hinders you from fully tapping into your life force fully. This is the job of religion. Their job is to keep you mentally dumb and slave-minded that you will never learn. You stay in this condition of Chihatsusei Renkisho to where you never fully tap into your life force. The other half of what they do is calcification. After years and years of suffering from Chihatsusei Renkisho, your body begins a process of entropy called calcification. Your energy body, right? It starts to enter a state of calcification, which is a state of your meridians being frozen and or entering a state of entropy. This condition is caused from lack of spiritual practice and lack of growing in consciousness. So you enter a zombified sleep state. This is how they're keeping you asleep. So that condition there, calcification, is a frozen state of being that comes from lack of practice, spiritual practice. This is what you see in here. This is what's happening to everybody. This is what happened to those people who you see walking around this motherfucker. The reason why they are in a sleep state is after years and years of chi sickness and suffering from a chi condition, which I just called out as chi ha susei rankisha. Since this condition hinders the chi flow in your body, you begin to enter this state of calcification after prolonged exposure to this fucking condition, and because of this, you enter a state of calcification. And from this calcified place, the longer and longer your body stay calcified or in this frozen state, where your chi doesn't flow in your body pretty much at all, just enough to keep your body functions operational, you enter a zombified sleep state because you no longer have the necessary amount of energy and consciousness to maintain your spiritual mind or your higher mind. You see what I'm saying? So you become disconnected. So you enter this state of the sleeping or walking dead. That's what you got going on here. These are just some of the different departments of this madhouse we live in. How do we deal with this? You must develop a strong mind, spirit, and soul, even body, down here to deal with the arcanic extra low frequencies of this madhouse. That is what's happening to you. That is what's happening to you. So now you see what's really going on here. You see what's really going on here. So some of the things you need to tap into to get right. You must go within, meditation, shadow work, chakra work, Kundalini awakening, creativity, which leads to tapping into your creative works again, chi work to get your chi flowing again, magic to help purify the soul and master the soul's abilities, psionics helps you tap into your mental force, and you learn how to master both your mental body and emotional body, which it both working together as one produces the psychic body. You see what I'm saying? And there you're able to, that's what your empaths are tapped into when they can embody people's emotions. So yeah, you develop your intuition, especially the danger sense aspects of your intuition, which lets you know when something is going to go wrong. So yeah, allow the force to guide you. You must allow the spiritual life energies of yourself, your inner being, and even the planet to guide you to where you need to be and go to do what needs to be done for your ascension process. See what I'm saying? Physical arts like martial arts, dancing, athletics, internal arts, etc. help with the body. Helps with the body and keeping it in shape so that it can channel as much of these spiritual, mental, and soulful energies through you as possible. You see what I'm saying? And of course, ancestral communication. Being able to communicate with the ancestors help greatly in this war against the machine. You see what I'm saying? This arcanic matrix of a machine. So yes, this is what you got going on. This is what you got going on here. So these are just some of the things you can do to stay afloat down here as we continue to make the shift and transition into this new earth. You see what I'm saying? Into this new earth. So yeah. So yeah. So now, what's the last thing? So now what is this all building up to? It's building up to this prison break or this asylum break. Any examples of this? Yes. Check out this. Check out this little scene here. In Batman or the TV show Gotham, Jerome, the Mad Hatter, and Scarecrow escaped the asylum because they know they locked down. So check it out.
Knock, knock, called the cock. Time to rise and wield your scythe. Our one is fleeting, my dear Mr. Great, its wings desperately beating.
Shall we, Mr. Tetch?
Let us be at pains, Mr. Crane.
Past a frank old gentleman, I do not mean 5 hairs past. Let's do better next time.
Mind both P's and Q's, Valeska. You're not your militia. To be backed and calm.
I dread to think where you'd be without us.
Boys, let's not squabble too early. No partnership. There'll be plenty of time to stab each other in the backs later, but for now, stick to Jerome's plan, and everyone will get what they want.
An earthly kingdom of terror.
Peace and life and pie, both sky and high.
That's the spirit, boys. Think big. Think kinky. Lose the weirdo. She's giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Your work is done, my dear. Your race all run.
Glad to be of help.
Much better. Now, to free the rest of our cronies and blow this pop stand.
So as you can see, the motherfucker staged a prison break. Why? Slash asylum break, technically, because they did break out of an asylum. Why? Because they knew they was locked down. Yeah, that's what you're going to have to do. Where's the prison break start? It starts inside your own mind. You have to break yourself out of prison. That's why when you first wake up and break out of this motherfucker, you first wake up, you get so much friction. That's because the matrix defense system is in your mind right now due to you still being weak from the awakening. You know, it takes a while to build up your energetic muscles, strengthen up them spiritual chickens. You see what I'm saying? So it takes a little while. So while you in that weakened state, them archons send everything in the kitchen sink at you to attack you. But before you wake fully up, and you're strong enough to deal with their bullshit. This is what you got going on with a lot of people awakening. You know, cause you're still confused, you're still in the dazed state. You know, you're grumpy from just fully awakening, to what the fuck is going on around here. So while you still in that confused, grumpy state, they send everything in the kitchen sink at you. That's why people leave you. That's why the reality crumbles. That's why, all type of crazy shit happens to you during this time period. So the first prison break happens in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. When your soul break out this shit and your soul begins to take over these bodily functions, you become a new being. You see what I'm saying? A new being. You become the God star, the soul star. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, this is what or dog star, or God star, as they also call it in the Bible. You become the God. The God in the Bible that's been trying to lock you down all this time is Yaldabaoth, the demiurge. You see what I'm saying? He the one who's been trying to keep you locked down. But recognize where you at and make plans to stage this prison break within your consciousness first. And then you can go on and launch a campaign to help free your own brethren and sister, or help them free themselves. Because only they can break themselves out of prison. You see what I'm saying? Once you break yourselves out of prison, you begin to notice that the police don't fuck with you no more. Why? Because you no longer in their prison. The wardens, the correctional officers, have no hold on you. You see what I'm saying? They have no hold on you anymore. So what they trying to do? They trying to create their siren technology. We talked about this as well. They using the sirens as a form of weapons. When they turn the motherfuckers on, it actually fucks with your auditory sound body. Now, see what I'm saying? Why are they doing this? To unbalance you. Everything, all their technology is to unbalance you. My bad, y'all. All they doing right now is designed to unbalance you. Why? Why is it designed to unbalance you? Well, when you break out of prison or an asylum, they consider you public enemy number one, or enemy of the state, like they showed you in with Will Smith. You see what I'm saying? You are enemy of the motherfucking state right now. And when you enemy of the motherfucking state, they send all their boys after you. And even though you disappear off their radar, you still classified as wanted. You see what I'm saying? Wanted in their system. See what I'm saying? You still classified as wanted. So this is what you got going on here. So any chance they get to try to get you back, whether it's try to trick you into coming back to their hospitals or something, anything to try to get you back into their matrix. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna try to scare you back. They're gonna pull every trick in the book to try to get you to come back into the prison. You see, to lock you back in prison, but only you. The trick is, the catch is, you have to choose to come back to prison. And who the fuck want to choose to come back to prison? You have to choose to come back to the asylum. Then you don't have to drag me back to this motherfucker. And I just got out, and I ain't going back to hell, as I-21 said in his popular song, Break Bread. I ain't going back to hell. I just got out of hell, my nigga. I ain't going back to that motherfucker shit. Sitting there all day being watched and goddamn being picked on by other inmates. You notice that after a while in your consciousness, people don't even bother you for real. No more than them being possessed by archons and them attacking you to try to instigate some level of emotional energy. Because your emotions because when your heart becomes balanced and stable or fair and balanced, you don't kick out those emotional frequencies that they can feed off of anymore. So now they pissed. So they gotta do whatever they can to attack the Star Children / Star Lords. Because when you wake up, you're technically a Star Seed. When you gain a certain level of consciousness, you become a Star Child. And as you continue to grow into the true Star Lord that you supposed to be, and even on to higher levels of the Star Lord, like the Star Overlord. You know, the Star Overlord, you become the master and even grand master of your own destiny. You see what I'm saying? Of your own destiny. So you have so-called your dysfunctions, your mental illnesses, and all that other shit that was attacking you, that plagued you at first. They now work for you. You see what I'm saying? Those things transmute into something, into shadow warriors or shadow guardians, and you use them as forces in your military, your energetic military, to rage against and war against the machine, the archonic matrix. This is what you got going on. So this is what's happening here. This is what's happening. So this is what you're seeing with these beings. So yeah. That's pretty much it. That pretty much wraps up this Gotham's Asylum lecture. You see what I'm saying? Pretty much just wanted to drop that on y'all real quick. Let y'all know what's going on. There you go, Brandon. We cosmic fugitives who've broken out of prison, and this nigga's Yaldabaoth on material creation, which is his mind. You see what I'm saying? Which is his mind. Which is a fucked up mind to be in. Because boy, this nigga's a lunatic. This motherfucker here deranged, nigga. Goddamn, them horror movies you watch is a projection of what this nigga is really thinking on a daily basis. You see what I'm saying? Goddamn Halloween, Michael Myers. We talked about Michael Myers being his dark side is the nigga from Halloween, Michael Myers. His light side is fucking Austin Powers. P-Gang here. Austin Powers is what he is. What he portrayed to everybody else. Fucking, but on the inside, his internal self, he fucking Michael Myers from Halloween, goddammit. Shit, walking around this bitch in a goddamn mask and in a overall dicky suit with a fucking blade murking niggas. And shit, this is what he doing. This is what he doing. And so yeah, that's basically what it is. He even took it a step further. When he got tired of being Michael Myers, he started creating alternative personas like Jason Voorhees. But Jason Voorhees was like, nah, I don't want to fuck with your energy. So Jason Voorhees actually works for our energy, because Jason is July, August, September, October, November, and Voorhees is voodoo or Vodun. So he works more for our energy than he does for us. Jason is who we become. Michael Myers is who these motherfuckers walking around you on the street day to day that dealing just murking niggas for no fucking reason. You only see Jason kill motherfuckers when they roll up in his mind, which is Camp Crystal Lake. You see what I'm saying? The only time we ever seen this nigga leave Camp Crystal Lake is when he went to New York to fuck some niggas up, because they escaped Camp Crystal Lake when he went to hell, when he had deal with Freddy Krueger, and then when he went to space. So yeah, and then, cause, you know, Freddy summoned Jason and Jason versus Freddy. So yeah. So, you know, we gonna say the one time he went working for the Sophia Energy. And when he went to space, the nigga got upgrades. He became Super Jason. You see what I'm saying? He became God Jason around here with red eyes. That's the Angel of Death, the Azrael energy. So now Azrael, that's the Angel of Death. So yeah. So this what you got going on here. This what you got going on. So y'all check this out. Check them out, the movies. You know, we in a 4-way war. I don't know how much I can stress that. The red-hatted Moors who started all this shit by betraying us. The black-hatted Cabal who are pure archons. Whether you dealing with them as astral entities, whether you dealing with them on the physical, known as the True Knots, whether you dealing with them on the goddamn with technology, known as the cyber archons or the cyber Yaldabaoth and all them. So yeah, they got their own thing going on. You know, then you got the Christian faction, who is the working for the Arterians, the Pleiadians, and you know, all the rest of them motherfuckers there, the Blue Avians and all them niggas. They part of that faction there. So yeah. All the aliens that they talk about in their sector of the storyline, them the niggas that's aligned with them in the Republic of America. So you got the Republic of America, the White Hats, the White State, the QAnon, the MAGA, led by Donald Trump. You know, so yeah. He the architect of the Arterian world. So yeah, Christian Gnostic Templars is what they really are. So yeah, you got them. You got the Red Hats, the Moors, trying to recreate their magistrate once more. The Cabal Jedi, as they also known as. I call them Cabal Jedi because them and the fucking Cabal work hand in hand a lot of times. So yeah. You call them the Moorish Jedi if you want to, your choice. But yeah, they traitors. We do know that much. You just call them traitors if you want to. So yeah, so they traitors to our ancestors and us and the cause. You know, so yeah, and they the ones who started this shit. So yeah, and then of course you got the Cabal. And then finally you got us, the Green Hats, the Muyans, the Murians, the ones who actually keep the fucking ways of our ancestors, and is trying to heal, regenerate, and ascend this planet to something new. What the other three, the reason why the other three factions don't fuck with us is because they want this 3D dimension to continue going, and they're warring over who has power, who has control over this 3D dimension in the next age. You see what I'm saying? The next age, because the contracts of the Cabal is up. So now, since the contracts is up, they are trying to assume their authority. So that's why you seeing lines being drawn right now. But we are the chosen ones because we have home court advantages. Advantage us, the Green Hats, the Rainbow Green Hats, the Muyans, the Murians, the Murs, the Murians, also another name for us. So yeah, we are all guided by Mu, the goddess Mu, the god Mungu, who have our back. You know, I showed you pictures of them before, and they have our back, and we have home court advantage because the energy is in our court. Because the other three just had their time periods. I talked about that in Schools Out Go check it out. I went over their time cycles as well. So now it's our turn to rule, and they trying their best to make sure we don't gain power. So that's why that's why it's held down here for the Star Children. So there you go. There you go. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions before I get up out of here? So when they call Earth a playground, are they using their imagination to cope, or is that an archonic program, creating an illusion or a new age concept? There seems to be more than one concept going. There seems to be more than one concept. Well, what you see here is different levels of consciousness. Everybody on different levels of consciousness. So when you're on a certain level of consciousness, it feels like a playground or a training ground. But after a while, you just realize, after you become like super conscious and ultra conscious, you fucking realize, nah, we just in a fucking madhouse and these niggas is stone fucking crazy. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, it just depends on the level of consciousness. It ain't got nothing to do with just the new age concepts. You got to do with everybody's individual state of consciousness that they're on at the point in time where they're teaching whatever they're teaching. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on here. I'm on a level of consciousness. I know that it's a fucking madhouse and can't nobody else tell me otherwise, because I have enough proof and have shown y'all throughout quite a few lectures how much proof it is that these motherfuckers are stone crazy. See what I'm saying? So yeah, the best way to fight back is with the weather. True. Weather wars. They made a movie a few years back called Geostorm, where they showed you the weather wars and how they was gonna fuck everybody up with weather. So y'all go check that movie out too. Dang, yeah, can we get this shit popping today? It will pop off when it pop off. For real, for real. Shit, we just living out the last of this shit. But eventually it's gonna pop off anyway. You ain't got no choice. Somebody gonna start something. Somebody gonna shoot something eventually for this shit to really go down on this plane. So your job is to get prepared to the best of your abilities. Buy all your technologies. I say invest in as many solar technologies as possible. They got solar generators. They got solar batteries. They got solar everything right now. So while money still works, and while shit ain't as fucked up as it's going to get whatever you need just in case until we transition over into our new selves. So yeah. Any other questions? Drawing right because they hedge in silver now. Yeah. They're trying to institute new dollars because the U.S. dollar and all those forms of currency is Cabal currency. So they're trying to create artificial currency, Bitcoin. They're trying to create, bring back gold and silver and precious metals as a form of currency. You know, anything other than the Cabal currency. I'll tell you one more before I go. If y'all have one. So one other question. Alexis, thanks, no problem. We didn't make the island of Dr. Moreau look like child's play, true. Well, if y'all having no more questions, I'm gonna jump the word out, share this with your friends, let them know what it is. If y'all want to donate, you can cash at me at mcjnetwork to support. If y'all want the 100 Sacred Needle names, of course, hit me up for the 20. I also throw in the 50 names of Marduk for free. If y'all just want to check me out and check out my other occult lectures at the Midnight Order on YouTube, you can. And so, with that being said, I'm out. Peace.